Well, Vish, firstly, from a general point of view, how are you finding your second season with Essex?
Yeah, it's been really good. Really nice to see the winter. As everyone knew, I joined at the beginning of the summer last year, so it's nice to see the whole year unfold. It's been really nice to kind of put my own spin on things throughout the winter and kind of a nice approach going into the summer. And yeah, I think everyone's been quite receptive of the slight changes we've made, and yeah, I think it's been successful.
And now we are in the summer, right in the midst of things. Is there a difference between red and white ball cricket, which obviously we've seen the T20 start recently? From your point of view, do you have to change anything about your work as we go from format to format?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you know, like the red ball cricket's a longer format of the game. 4-day cricket proposes many different challenges. So the bowlers have to bowl a lot more, the batters are doing a lot more workload, and the fielders are in the field for a much longer period of time. So the preparation going into a red ball game looks very different to a white ball game. So as a team, as a medical team and as a coaching team, we have to work on getting the players' endurance up, getting the bowlers' overs up. So this all needs to be planned 3 to 4 weeks prior to these games coming up, and going into white ball is admittedly slightly easier because the workload goes down, but what happens with this is the intensity goes up. So the players are going faster, the intensity is a lot higher, there's a lot more adrenaline, and that causes risks to other injuries. So it's just how we manage things between format to format just varies on the demands of essentially what that format requires us to look at.
And what about some of the red ball players that aren't playing white ball at the moment? Obviously, we look at the likes of Tom Wesley, Jamie Paul. How do you ensure that they stay match fit while the T20 is going on and then ready to step back into the championship team?
Yeah, absolutely. So the guys who are playing white ball cricket, we have to try and fill in the gaps. So as you know, that our next block is we've got 2 red ball games. So we have to allow them to bowl slightly more overs and do a little more endurance-y based work in between the T20s, which again it can be challenging because the T20s are quite demanding physically. But in terms of the players who are not involved in the blast, they're playing second team cricket, they play club cricket, they come into the trainings and bowl slightly more with the red ball. The batters bat against a red ball in training, but also someone like Wesley, he will play in some of the T20 games to just keep his skills up, but also have that demand on his body. So yeah, again, it's meticulously planned, but going between format and format and ensuring that players are able to come seamlessly into red ball cricket after a block of white ball cricket.
And you talk about the meticulous planning there. How important is it to work closely with your fellow coaches and as a group to ensure that everybody's at peak fitness?
Yeah, no, that is the fundamental of everythhin that we do as a medical department. We all speak to the coaches and we all come to group decisions. It's never the coaches say this and the physios and the S&C say this. We always come together and we always come to an agreement. And we all look at each player in a holistic manner, and I think this is the key to a successful team, as well as ensuring success and safety to all our players.
And then finally, can we take an overall look at the squad and for an injury update on a key player? Obviously, there's a lot of eagerness for Sam Cook's return. We're not always able to put a time scale on it, but can we have an update on his recovery?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you know, at Kent, Sammy Cook had a bit of a hamstring niggle, and as we came off and we assessed it, we assessed that it was an actual hamstring injury. And what that means is the significance of a bowler having a hamstring injury can be detrimental. So we're just taking it day by day, and we're staying quite cautious. We're not trying to rush him. We know that the season's long and the cricket's coming thick and fast, so we just don't want to rush, and we just want to make sure that we're ensuring that he's as safe as possible.
And someone else, Daniel Sams, obviously he hasn't played the last couple of games against Hampshire and Kent. What more can you tell us about that? So
as you saw in the game the other night, he had a niggle in his knee. I think he was just fielding. And what happened is he flared his knee up a little bit. So we're just assessing it and we're just taking, again, cautious with him. We know there's a lot of cricket coming up and we just don't want to try and rush him and put extra risk to his knee.